has been picked up. It will be Tuma the Spider Queen. Diamond skin with the choice. Tuma Spider Queen continues to be a battleground, all about those turn-ins. Wave clear, always important, which is something that we'll probably see from them. They do enjoy running their Junkrat here as well, so could have more Junkrat from Dark Monk.
Diamond skin with the German stubbornness. It's the fourth time that they pick. It's the fifth time that they picked the map. They picked it 4 times before, and they lost every single game. It's like when you're German, you just can't accept that the map is not yours. Nah, I mean, jokes aside, Diamond Skin had a rough 2018, so they went up against a lot of strong teams. So that's one of the reasons why they haven't been successful on the map yet. They still feel that they are strong here. They still feel that they have the right approach to it, but they are just acknowledging by continuing to pick it, even though they have 0 wins on the map, that they went up against stronger teams than they were. So they are saying, okay, yeah, we lost, but we lost because either we played bad or our opponent was stronger. We still like the map. We still feel we have the right idea here. And against someone like Turk, we can get the first win here. But it's still a fun narrative to think about that most of the players on the team are full German. So yeah, the German stubbornness will definitely come through.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it done. I mean, just to give you an idea of how hard of a season it's been here. You say 9 the same way you say honor. Like
honor.
Just an idea of how hard of a road it's been for Diamond Skin. Method, Dig, Team Liquid were their first 3 matchups, and then Fnatic. Like, they opened up with one of the hardest roads you could have here in the HGC.
Them and leftovers.
Yeah, it was quite hard for them. But you know what? When you have such strong teams, you're going to have to get through them somehow. Diamond Skin now trying to figure out if they can make it through Tricked Esports, who is hovering the idea of banning Tracer instead of Abathur. But it is Tuma the Spider Queen, which is a map that they don't do it on.
Exactly. This is the one map where they don't ban Abathur. Without Tomb being in the map pool, they would currently sit at a 100% ban ratio on Abathur quite easily. And talking Tricked and Tomb for a second, Tricked has also played Tomb a few times, twice actually, and they also don't have a win on the map yet. So for both of the teams, they currently have a 0% win ratio. Tracer is now being banned, something that Darkmok has just picked up recently. We talked about her being played a lot more, having way higher priority. Tricked acknowledges that and just bans her out.
I feel like this map, if you're not going to ban out Blaze, you might be missing out on something here. The wave clear is too good. And also, his ability to come in and actually force fights with Jet Propulsion is much easier to pull off as well with how small the map is.
It could be a ban, but we haven't seen him banned a lot. He was mostly first picked.
Yeah.
That's the choice the Diamond Skin has to make now. And they ban out Genji. So Genji, of course, has a bit more of an advantage on this map because the quick rotations between the lanes is even better for him. He can put so much pressure from on a lane, just rolling in within mere seconds from the mid lane to the bot lane or to the top lane, for example, that he gains extra value because of that aggression. So one of the reasons why it still warrants the ban here. We see Blaze also let go because Tricked is very much hoping for Chromie to make the difference.
Chromie coming in here for the first pick for Tricked Esport. Strong on this battleground, hard for her to be dived upon, especially if you don't lose the forts on your side of the map, and you have a really easy poke and control around the web weavers. Team Liquid was one of the first teams to show this off in the past, and we started to see her very often picked up, especially lately here in 2018.
Both of the teams haven't played with Chromie yet, so this is the first time that we have Tricked with Chromie. I also want to come back to one thing since we're heading into the second map. We have a second here before we see the double pick. The last map, as we said before, was chosen by Tricked, and they had at this point a really bad track record on the map. But their opponent, Diamond Skin, it was one of their strongest. So Tricked comes out with a pretty big statement, getting such a decisive victory on Battlefield of Eternity, and that must be something that is already on the mind of Diamond Skin as well. Now, this map is super important for them, but that was pretty well done by Tricked, not only getting a dominant victory, but getting out on one of the best maps that we have for Diamond Skin. And right now, Diamond Skin, Blaze gaming.
Yep.
If he's not the first pick, then he comes in on the second rotation.
Wave clear galore here for Diamond Skin. Greymane, also someone that we've been seeing on Rossmeg lately too. Rossmeg seems to really enjoy picking up the Greymane. Now Tricked Esports seems to wonder about, okay, what tank do we want to have here to set up the Chromie? I always go straight to Johanna because I feel like she's powerful in this battleground, and it always is great paired with the Chromie as you have a lot of control and you're also able to tank a little bit of damage coming your way with that Iron Skin. But HGC can also be great on this battleground.
We see Johanna here quite a bit. She was played by both teams. We see 2 losses on Diamond Skin with Johanna and 1 loss with Tricked. Both of them were not successful with Johanna yet. Again, we mentioned that in a previous series, Johanna has not had a good time in Europe, but she still sees games, and that is mostly true for this map. We've seen her a bit on Dragonshire as well, so she would be one of the tanks that we could look forward to here. First of all, we have Malfurion being picked up and an Uberak. I really like the combos that we had in the last game. I loved how especially Grandpa set after a stun his roots up and always allowed these kills. He had a couple of great ults as well with the Twilight Dream. So Malfurion, before that even, very strong on the map. Good interrupt potential, so definitely a very solid pick. If you don't go Uther here, then you go Malfurion.
Yeah, you have your own pseudo-temporal loop already with a cocoon straight into a root afterwards. You can time it out, making it hard for your opponents to come in and save your target. Chromie falls up with a combo. Now later that'll be easier with Diamond Skins. They already have their bunker available, but Uther should be a possibility for them later on if Trick Esports allows for it to go through the draft, which that's what I'm assuming. They're going to ban out Uther, making it much easier for Chromie to have that poke that she wants to have.
Diamond Skin with a ban, and now of course the question remains, what do you actually ban at this point? We could still, I mean, damage is something that you could ban out. Tyrael, okay, they're worried about Tyrael. Didn't really think they would go for him here.
I guess Tyrael makes it a little bit easier for a Newback to be aggressive. You can kite towards them, get the righteousness out.
I thought they would try and target Alex. Trick, by the way, as you talked about Johanna, when they played Johanna, they played her on this battleground. So I'm still curious to see what Alex is going to play here. He even played Zul in the past.
Well, Diablo being hovered. Trying to miss out on a force tank that can come your way. Diablo good on this battleground, not one that we see too often though.
Diamond Skin played him once, but again, they have a pretty rough ride on Tomb of the Spider Queen. They haven't won a match here yet, but yeah.
I guess it is helpful against a Newback. A Newback, if you get comboed after using a Burrow charge, use Melt. And Tricked, thinking about that as their possible ban. Especially with a Greymane being on the opposing side, Greymane just shreds through a Newback's health bar, so they just want to make sure that they have no opportunity for a Newback to get caught out.
I'm double checking my stats here the entire time because I look at it and I was just like, well, really, they lost 4 times here and they don't have a single win. I was just like, yeah, they picked the battleground. It's like, oh yeah, I just talked about that. It's still odd to me. So they, I mean, if they go 0-5 here and then they pick the battleground again next time when they play against Leftovers tomorrow, then I'm missing something. But at this point, they just seem to be very convinced that they can turn the series around here, even though they haven't been successful on this map yet. So let's see. I have no idea what Diamond Skin is going to try and do. If they stay with the meta, then they have Gul'dan available, for example, as a great pick. They want a bit more damage. We've been talking about the priorities that Gul'dan had. Diamond Skin has played one game with Gul'dan here. They don't use him though. They go into Hanzo instead. So Greymane Hanzo as a combo. And they played Hanzo twice on this map, lost twice with him.
So that'd be a Rossmag Hanzo and a Greymane for Dark Monk, looks like. Rhaegar coming in for the healer. So now at least we have some cleanse. One, a soft deterrent, putting Chromie in a temporal loop. But secondly, when roots come out, you're going to have to try and save a target if you need to watch out for that combo. So Rhaegar works well here. Also, he can play safe and stay in the background. Very hard for Chromie to snap if he just sits around in the back line.
Yeah. The question, of course, remains, what is Trick going to play, especially for Alex now?
Is it time for the Diva Dream?
They played Zul once at the start, and I feel that when Alex talks about Blaze, he usually compares Blaze to Zul quite a lot, because he feels his wave clear, he can set kills up, he's defensive. But Blaze has, of course, been way, way more popular than Zul is. But I'm still asking myself if Zul could be something that Trick wants to play. Yeah, they played it on this map in 2017 a lot. Alex played him already in 2018 once. But what else are they going for? Ragnaros. Okay, Ragnaros and Falstad.
Whoa.
Now, Falstad surprises me a bit. They can still make plays around Gust after Cocoon and try and isolate the target here. So they have a couple of options of what they can do with this. I mean, even around Temporal Loop, if they want to go for it, they can operate with Gust.
It's a too high level here to have Blaze drop down on bunker. When they jump in, you gust away the other targets and then focus people that jump out of the bunker.
No, I actually think that's a pretty solid move as well if you time it properly.
Yeah, you also have, if ever Falstad gets a flank, you can get a Mighty Gust into a Molten Core. A little bit hard to pull off, but deadly when it does pop in. But I'm happy with some Ragnaros. Got the wave clear in. You were talking about the Zul, though. I do think if Zul came out here, it would have fit naturally. You set up Chroming combos well, amplify damage at level 16, and that 20, you can get the Mortal Scythe and make sure that the Ancestor Healing from Rhaegar is ineffective if you're cleaving in a fight. But Ragnaros comes out, and I'm happy. I love me some Ragnaros.
Falstad is a hero that we have seen
from Make, and as well as Diamond Skin.
It's actually funny because both of the teams are responsible together for roughly 95% of, for nearly all, with the exception of one single game, for all the Falstad games. And Diamondskin played him 3 times, not a single win. Trick played him 4 times. This is the 5th time that we're seeing them, and they only won once. So Falstad currently not really regarded as a strong hero in Europe at all. That's of course also explained through the high mobility that we have through heroes like Genji that is involved. Lord Tracer is always out there. But they still believe in Falstad being able to make some plays. And with the combo through Mighty Gust, you can do a lot. You already talked about a potential counter play against Bunker. You can play around the Cocoon or against with Temporal Loop, if we see Temporal Loop, so you could play then just trying to isolate a target. They still believe in the plays with him, and on this map you get a lot of season marksman stats. If you can keep him alive, then yeah, why not?
Well, we'll see if Falstad will be able to be effective, or if we should start to label him as a tank, as he takes the win rate of Tricked Esport. Let's go into it. Tricked versus Diamondskin.
How do you come up with this crap?
I don't know, man. I just like to be different.
It's so good. I love it. Don't stop. All right, boys and girls. To the left side, we have Tricked with Rema on Anubra, Crosby on Chromie, Make on Falstad, trying to tank the win ratio according to Trixler. Alex the Pro G on Ragnaros without Lava Wave, and Grand Paquette on Malfurion.
On the right side, in the red diamond skin, Wolf Joe playing Rhaegar, Nande on Blaze, Rosmeg on Hanzo, Darkmonk on Greymane, and Robodoba playing Muradin.
All right, let's get into this and see how much Falstad can do here. With good rotations on the map, you can really get a lot of the seasoned markman stacks, and that will put the pressure onto, well, not only Blaze, but mostly Muradin after he pops the Avatar, so you get the extra damage in. So the late game could definitely favor that auto-attack heavy style, but you need to be really cautious that Greymane doesn't get too close to you. Yeah,
you gotta be careful of Greymane and Hanzo too. Both of them just trade really well into a Falstad, whose auto-attacks are very slow and aren't as heavy hitting. Immediately though, Trick Esports will have to make sure a lot of their damage is coming from that Chromie and even Ragnaros to a degree when they pick up that Sulfura Smash combo later on, because that is something that we need to talk about. In the past, we saw from Team Liquid, actually, I think in 2017, that started the idea of a Malfurion, Root, a Cocoon coming in, setting up a target, Sulfura Smash to follow up. Good news for Diamondskin, they have cleanse here, but they have to be on point with it.
And again, we see pressure plays at the bot lane and up at the top. So we saw that in the last game, where both teams were very adamant in the early game to simply go for pressure and push. And that's something that we witness once more. Up to the top, the tower is already down to the bottom of the map. Diamondskin wasn't quite as aggressive, but they're getting there. And I want to see how much Crosby can really pull off on Chromie.
He's already killing it. 11 stacks already.
Yeah, it's pretty
in
good.
The first minute and a half. Wowzer. That's pretty nice there. Being able to follow up on top of those time traps. Poke continuing to come on out. Nande goes in for an engage. It will hit Crosby, but he doesn't mind it. Make stays in the front line, but a Nubarak. The Beetle falls.
Yeah, Remabola went in, so he was on cooldown with the Burrow charge, and they were hoping to get a kill themselves, and they did not really account for all the Diamondskin players collapsing onto the mid lane. So a huge problem here.
And that's something that can happen pretty often, too. With Hanzo getting Explosive Arrow at 4, Greymane's wave clear, Rhaegar helping out too, and Blaze, they'll be able to push in their waves pretty fast. Ragnaros can hold a lane well, but if you look at the rest of the members here for Trick Esports, their wave clear is going to be missing out a little bit. You got Chromie that can help out, but then you're suddenly using damage abilities that you need in a fight for dealing with the wave.
Cam taken at the bot lane now too. So Diamondskin actually starting this off a bit more aggressive than they played on Battlefield of Eternity. They get the early kill, they get the early level 4, and now they have a camp that is pushing through the bot lane. I'm really liking this, showing some confidence here and trying to pressure, gain control over the 2 turning points by pressuring out the lanes. So far that works out for them, but now with a nice move we've seen Trick focus on their own mercenary camps, and that could really help them in the mid lane. Blaze is already there, we have Anubra pushing out the top, and the reaction at the bot lane to finally deal with those 2 siege giants after we saw Trick losing 2 towers.
Well, finally clearing them up. Also level 4 talent picking up for Falstad is going to be the static shield. Extra proc here gives them a little bit more shield, which is going to be helpful against that Greymane. And Hanzo, if they dive in and aren't able to kill Falstad right away, he'll be able to get a little bit more health in the form of shields to be able to stay up in that front line a little bit longer.
Robodoba eating some of the Chromie damage as we see the push through the mid lane. Still working with the aura for a bit during that fight. And now the move to the top. I mean, both teams currently are just harvesting the gems. Nobody is really going for quick turn-ins yet. At the bot lane, Alex was under some pressure from Ragnaros. Ragnaros was under some pressure from Greymane, but nothing that would really force a kill or anything. We have a bit of a static shield play now from Marco on his level 4. We're seeing him with 10 stacks already. on Season Marksman. And I mean, that's one of the cool things when you play Season Marksman on this map, that you can get quick rotations between the lanes, and the early game usually allows for very quick stats that helps you to complete the quest tunnel.
I'll be finishing that up pretty soon here, as you mentioned, the 12 REM. A lot of quests actually for HGC Esports in general. The region at level 1, he has 10 on stacks already. You have the Chromie quest going on, Time Walker's Pursuit at 6, and then you have the Q build from Ragnaros, which can be helpful against heavy melee compositions. To a degree, there is Murd and Rhaegar, Blaze and Greymane here, so a Q build makes sense for Ragnaros. We should be finishing that pretty soon once you clear out the minion waves.
Yeah, they have a lot of power spikes coming up once they complete all of them. Ragnaros is in trouble at this point, down at the bottom of the map, and he goes down actually. Very good kill from Diamondskin as they collapse with 3 onto Alex, and that's of course gems lost. That's a bit of a problem for them here. We have still not quite enough to get the turn in here, so Alex losing out on the gems is an issue for them for sure. Didn't see that rotation coming, and Diamondskin is starting to take a pretty solid lead in experience as well. They're pressuring in the mid lane, they're taking towers down, that's more experience into their hands, and they're attempting to get the first wave now. If they can complete that and maybe even get a fort, they have a very good shot at snowballing this towards level 10 so that they can secure a second turn-in for themselves.
That's what you would think against a normal composition, but HGC Esports has Ragnaros, the Destroyer of Worlds. Molten Core will be coming in really soon, and that will allow for him to defend 2 waves pretty much by himself unless Diamondskin commits to the idea of diving on that Mountain Core and burning it up. And Alex Proji is set up already in the middle lane. If you put yourself in the middle, you can clear out that lane, and then you can also siege the top at the same time with your abilities.
And he immediately does it. There's no Gul'dan against him this time. That's something that we've seen a lot, by Ragnaros and his Molten Core is more or less counteracted by Corruption on Gul'dan, but this time Gul'dan is not in the game, so Alex can get the full value out of his Molten Core, and that really helps with the defense, as you said. To the bottom of the map, Blaze is getting very aggressive against Falsetter, but up here to the top, that's where the 3 versus 3 starts. Marke still with the pressure. Alex is being attacked here again, and that could be another kill against him, and indeed it is. Kill number 3 for Diamondskin. And they are running away with this game. Level lead, 9.5, potentially another turn-in. They're not even done with the first one yet.
Yep, Diamondskin identifies one of the weaknesses of Ragnaros. And while you might have that Molten Core and you have some strong heroics, one of the issues is that you don't have much of a body. If you are dived upon, as we've seen here from Murd and Body Block, you will have a very difficult time escaping. Make coordinating his own escape here, able to fly away just barely.
Yeah, close escape, but it works out. And now we have level 10s in, and that's really where the danger lies. 1 level away for Trick, but so far there's not enough gems for Diamondskin to get the turn in, so that could delay just long enough for Trick to get their own heroic ability. Or maybe even just sneak a turn in. 29 gems delivered. If they can deliver the rest, that would buy them enough time too.
21 more, but you gotta wait here. You don't want to do it with Diamondskin having the 10. Make it a little bit too difficult. 1, they could engage upon you, and 2, if you do get it off, defense will be a bit much easier for them as you don't have
Falstad at the bot lane. Nanda went in. Nanda went a little bit too deep for that. He is just barely getting out thanks to his 10. And then there's the Ancestral. Okay, if anybody would have come in from the side here, that would be a dead Blaze. But he's able to move out. He was cutting it close though. And he shouldn't underestimate the damage that Falstad is able to dish out. We already have 20 stacks on Season Marksman. Talking about stacks, they are starting to complete those quest turns. We already see that Ragnaros just completed his level 1. He's done with the Sulphurous Hunger now. The Time Walker's Pursuit any second, and also their Generation Master finds itself in 21 stacks. So Tricked, as we said before, they're going to hit a lot of really big power spikes here for their heroes.
Staring at Ragnaros' heroic. Alex Proji, don't mess with my heart. Pick Sulphurous Smash, just do it. Just get it over with, just kill me. Just do it. Pick it. He's
Alex,
still waiting there.
Don't you dare.
Alex the Proji, still thinking about his heroic here. Should be Sulphurous Smash for the combo that is available for them.
I'm going to die a little bit inside if that's allowed.
I'll live a little bit inside if he takes it. Oh, I'll be so happy.
We just tweeted a picture out this morning with Ragnaros and me holding up a certain sign.
A certain sign that lies, but regardless, that is details that we don't have to debate. Poke constantly coming in here, slowing Sands as well. Rimmer floating around, still has a Coon available, and they're going to start chunking down these turrets to get back in experience.
Tim, facts don't care about your feelings.
No! Oh, yes! No! Look at it! It's destroying all the minions! Oh, I love it as they burn to death. Alex the God gets hit with a Storm Bolt. Able to hold the middle, Rimmer controlling the choke, Bunker comes out, Nande doing his best to escape, but he can't. He knows the bottom lane has been destroyed by the best heroic in the world.
And never hear the end of that.
And here's a good thing, too. They have a big wave pushing in. We can Molten Core here. Alex Aproji can pop this here, Molten Core, and start sieging the middle lane. With a Coon being available, there's still blow-up potential available.
I love that you go, we can Molten Core here.
I have my hand on the mouse right now. I'm pretending to play the game with Alex Aproji. Feels good, man.
They get value out of the push. They already closed the gap in experience, and they might not have found a kill yet, but they are taking the 4 down in the middle. They're going to the top to drop another one, but the fight is starting, and Grand Paquete is in trouble. So Fura Smash would maybe have allowed a counter kill here, but thinks they don't have access to it. They have to retreat and just take the hit.
But good control by Turkey Esport. The Mighty Gust over the wall, and although Malfurion fell, they were able to get a fort in the top lane, and they got a decent amount of damage on that bottom lane well, too.
Oh, did
with
they?
the turret opening up. They did get the fort in the top.
The fort at the bottom lane is still there.
They opened the turret wall, though.
Isn't that where the lava wave was?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one?
And the minions were able to stack up and take the wall, which should set up a push for later on when 13 comes in.
Ah, okay.
Brilliant play. Great macro. Especially when behind. Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible, but for very different reasons.
This is my one platform that I get to just rain from above. You could shut up, Caldor, and enjoy the cast that I bring. I've been training for this for years.
Yeah, I know. Guys, you have no idea how much we actually banter about Lava Wave Ragnaros. You have no clue.
The 13 resistance stun here for Ragnaros should come in. It's actually really good against Blaze, who will be able to get that stun, also Murden as well, and you just get instant armor, so it should be a good pickup. However, if you feel like that you're safe enough, and they do have Falstad with the Mighty Gust and Slowing Sands, you can move into the Q build, but it's safer to go for the resilience that you get on that level 13, Resilient Flame.
So, also we have 13 now with Giant Killer, and with Falstad already being on 27 stacks, you can definitely see that this is going to amount to an enormous amount of damage in the later stages of the game as it continues against Mirrodin. And with Ragnaros and his Molten Core starting to slow down, of course, a lot of these pressure plays we see from Diamond Skin, that should give Falstad a good opportunity to get the damage in against the tanks. And Maka has actually found himself the target over and over again. Arrow comes in, heroic ability used, but no real use out of it. No Lava Wave being used on the side of Alex. There it comes, sending it through the mid wave.
Yeah, typically...
No, sorry, Molten Core.
Yeah, just Molten Core. Typically you want to use it whenever your Molten Core is about to expire, if you feel like your opponent's pushing in to kill you afterwards. And so he's going to go and hold on to it, doesn't need to pull it off until he decides exactly when he needs to clear out. Without them pushing in the middle, he puts in the top lane, instantly deletes the minions. Just purely god tier play by hitting one button.
Yeah, there's, of course, a very, very serious drawback on Lava Wave. And I'm not just talking about the heroic being bad. Actual talk, you miss out on a lot of gems. There's a fly-in, and oh my god, they cleanse! God mode! Really well done by Wolfjo here. Cleanses out the Gust, there's no kill. But yeah, bringing me back to the point, like, jokes aside, the actual drawback that you have is you lose a ton of gems that you're not picking up because Lava Wave clears out 2-3 waves of minions, and you can't take any of these gems with you.
Yeah, typically it's a good 9 to 12. If the Web Weaver is on your side of the map, you miss 9 to 12 gems. If it's on the opposing side, you can lose 3 to 6. But yes, it is definitely a big trade-off here. Regardless, Trick Esport is just trying to stay in the game. They still have their keeps up. They have gems available for a turn-in, but right now they need 16.
Yeah, so 16 is already in the hands of Diamond Skin, which gives them, of course, the opportunity to be more aggressively out on the map, and that's exactly what they're doing here. We have Trick moving to the top, and Nubarak is trying to get some extra gems into their hands and also push out the wave. More experience would also bring them closer to the next talent. But it's a rough running here for them. Diamond Skin has taken firm control of the game.
Yeah, but can they get keeps? That's the issue here. Can you do it against a Ragnaros? Will they be able to force the issue? They're doing great stuff here. By grabbing the Night Cam, they make it a bit easier for them to push on in. Need to clear out that spell armor. Falstad gets hit. A Dragon's Arrow comes out. Stuns 4, but they're back by their keep. They're actually got okay here. Yeah, the Dragon's Arrow is a little bit too late, but there is no Iraq trade active at this point, and that's a massive issue. They're going for the keep now, and Alex is in trouble as the Mighty Gust is being used. Chromie is low, but Diamond Skin moves away once again, not fully committing to the keep yet. Half a level, and Tricked is going to have the 16. Still a crazy defense there. That was a massive push coming their way. Tricked Esport able to hold it just barely, but some damage has been done. Tricked Esport's about to hit level 16, and they now will have a chance to finally move in and grab that turn-in they've been trying to get for a while now. Yeah, and they are already going for it. Rosmek also trying to deliver at least a few. 16, that's the moment when they can make the plays. 35 stacks on Season Marksman. 56 on Chromie's Q. On the Sandblast. Hang on here on the mini-map. Oh my gosh, there's still a minion still hitting the wave over there from that Mighty Gust. Still back by the keep. I was trying to figure out what that icon was, but it's just dealing a gate. No big deal, just so relaxing. 16 finally hits here for Tricked Esport. Cocoon is up and available, and so is Mighty Gust. So Rimmer will step up and harass a little bit. Boy, he gets chunked though. Greymane destroys that health bar.
I was the entire time looking, okay, did they just throw out the Cursed Bullet? And I was like, oh, wait a second, they don't have Cursed Bullet. They have Go for the Throat. That looked, it really looked like he did because they chunked him down, as you said. So Nubarak already losing a lot of his hit points, and that immediately forced Tricked back. And we have another Web Weaver wave. The red team, Diamond Skin, they go in with another objective, and that's the moment when they wanted to go for at least a keep. 4 kills against 0. Tricked hasn't gotten a single kill yet. They're trying to play the macro game, but they're falling farther and farther behind.
This is a good play by Diamond Skin, though. Giants pushing in the bottom, Webweaver as well. Night Camp in the middle. Lava Wave will be used instantly on the top lane, so Tricked Esports can just focus on the 2 lanes that will be pushed in. That Webweaver doesn't fall to the Molten Core, but the mini wave should stack up. Nubrak gets a nice little impale there. Robodoa jumps the wall for a Storm Bolt, but the minions will tank that Storm Bolt for them. Tricked Esport will now have to set up for defense.
Aggression in the middle, and of course Alex is going to try and use his Molten Core at some point. He already does, down to the bot lane now, trying to defend both lanes. It's going to be rough for him for sure, as we see Diamond Skin moving in, and this keep is going to be a goner. No way that they can hold on to it. At the top lane, the Web Weaver is still pushing, but of course with Lava Wave taking the minion waves down, it's not as effective as it could be. And they actually hold it for now. The Mighty Gust comes in for Market, creates the space, but Diamond Skin goes in again. They try to secure it, and there needs to be the damage. A little bit of poke is all they need, and they finally do take down the keep. Go in again, Twilight Dream, but the Ancestral once more. Wolf Joe is ready to keep his teammates alive.
Rimmer goes in for the engagement. Nande reads it. He drops on the bunker. Monka has to be a bit careful here. He is low on the back line. Greymane could dive in. Rimmer finally does fall, but a big Q comes in from Alex Aproji. 41 gems on him, but he's given chase here. The spaghetti meatball comes in and helps with the damage on top of Muradin. Nande himself even escaping, so a kill comes in for Tricked Esport.
Muradin really doing well at first and popping the avatar to get out, but then we see once more Crosby delivering with Chromie from the backline, dropping him, and that was the first kill for Tricked Esports in this game. Diamond Skin on level 18, nearly 19 now. There's still a boss on the map, keep that in mind, but at this point they don't have an edge in talents. Once 20 hits though, they have an opportunity and a chance to go for it. One keep is down, the keep in the middle, 93 gems on the side of Tricked. Full turn and available to them, most of them on Alex. He needs to be careful. If he falls, if he dies, that would be a nightmare scenario for Tricked Esports.
Tricked Esport has gotten to a point where they're hitting the power spikes though. Level 16, Giant Scorcher coming in for Ragnaros. Helpful against those tanks, especially with the Q build. False dead with the Giant Killer. Season Marksman continuing to climb up. 46 stacks right now. They can handle the tanks here if they don't fall immediately to that Greymane. Nubarak goes in for an engage, but Nande, with his bunker, is able to escape.
Yeah, Falstead is definitely starting to become more and more of a problem for the tanks. Here comes again, wave in the middle, Lava Wave now being used to clear out the catapult since the keep has of course fallen earlier. The arrow hitting in the back line, but again Nature's Cure being used to remove the stuns. There was no follow-up anyways, just a bit of a poke happening. Half a level and Diamond Skin is going to be on 20.
Ragnaros is able to sneak down to the bottom. Nande wants to come in and harass, but Make holds it, and there's 49 gems. They need Uno more. Make will drop off that 1 here as he has 30 in. Robodoba comes over for a Storm Bolt. It connects with Rimmer, but it's not enough. Now, Tricked Esport needs to do work with this. Get that fort on the bottom. Get experience. They need to match up with Diamond Skin, who is half a level away from 20.
Exactly. The 20 is their biggest concern. With Marker turning in the 6 remaining gems, they get the wave, and now they can make their play. They already used Lava Wave, so they can't use it for added pressure. And I think Molten Core should just be back up.
Should be up pretty soon here. Gonna have, I think, 20 more seconds on it, but yes, it will be available, and you can supplement a push with that Molten Core, and I actually would be okay with it, especially with this front wall opened up. You at least make that front line start to back up, so we can start to see this keep maybe being taken out. Everyone from Tricked Esport is grouped up. Nande's in the back side, willing to come in for a flank.
Keep would be big. Web Weaver at the bot lane is going to get one, and Tricked is actually closing the gap in experience, but they will be up against the level 20 talent, and that's a problem. Web Weaver in the mid lane already taken out. The wave here falling would be huge for Diamond Skin. Getting that extra talent is what they need to aim for. The defense at the bot lane still needs to be in place once that the Web Weaver hits at the gate, but they're already waiting for the top to move in so that they can maybe jump on Trick once they have the talent advantage, and they now do.
Rimmer's doing a really good job here of anchoring, watching out for that flank. They need 20. They know it. There's a turret. Second one taking some damage as well. Webweaver will help out with that push. Greymane to the bottom means that Diamond Skin will not fight. Trick Esports gets 20 with this push, and they're happy with that.
Yeah, they will hit it, and now they have it. So at this point, we have the 20 on both sides. The advantage in structure still goes to Diamondskin, as they still hold on to that keep that we have in the middle.
Going to be picking up Submerge at level 20. Basically an ice block, for those wondering what that is. Also, it heals you up too, which is pretty darn nice over a span of 3 seconds, making it much harder to dive you. For Hanzo, we have the double natural agility coming in. And Diamondskin now dances around as they know Trick Esport has a turn-in available. Merc Camps will be the main target that will open up this map in the middle and allow Trick to step forward and try to get that turn-in.
Now, taking down the mid keep is usually one of those things that has the least of an impact. It's always better to get one of those outlier keeps. Makes it more difficult for your opponent to react when you put pressure onto the opposing side. Now Make interrupted barely before he is able to complete his turn-in. He's at 53 stacks on Seasoned Marksman, so together with Giant Killer, he's really starting to put the damage out here.
They clear up the night camp first. Diamondskin wants to fight in this camp. Trick Esports knows they should not fight here. Being a bit careful, hanging out by that Chromie, he's doing as much poke as possible.
Yeah, Chromie is the one with most of the damage, 61,000 on her side. Compare that to Darkmog on his Greymane, he's at 38k. Falstad, on the other hand, with 34,000, is starting to make his way up here too. Again, the top lane with Lava Wave being targeted. And the problem still remaining, there's a lot of gems that they lose out on. It's not only these waves, but also another one that hits in. They still hold enough for a turn-in, but it still takes something away from the pressure that they could execute with the objective in the late game.
But that alleviates the idea of having to deal with Diamondskin and that wave pushing in the top, which means they can focus the fight around this turn-in, and they do. Rimmer goes in, he's going to be taking some damage here, he burrow charges away, and he's low, so they have to back up. Once
again, Darkmog at the front here, 38 gems by himself. They do not have a completed turn-in yet, but they're taking the last few gems that they need for it, so they're still playing around it. Of course, at this point, we still need to see the movement to the top lane. Lava Wave forces them to move back and just push them farther out so that they have more vision and that they don't experience any pressure against their own keep. So what they're doing with Hanzo now, he quickly clears that, gets the gems as well, and they now need only a few more until they have another potential turn-in on their own side.
Getting closer and closer. I'm starting to wonder if Trick Esports might try to force a fight with the Slowing Sands Chromie, if they can get the gems turned off, and then use a Molten Core on the bottom side to try and secure the full turn-in. It would be a bit of an all-in risky move, but it's something that could be done. Yeah,
we've seen some crazy Molten Core flanks in North America, actually. Something like Lorang used, where he had huge success with it, but as you said, it's a very risky move. If it backfires, you are likely to lose the game, but if you can sneak behind the opponent and you utilize it before they realize what's happening, that could be the play. Roba-Doba nearly locked down, but able to move around it. Only 5 more gems for Diamondskin, and they will get the turn-in, and they have them. Greymane moved in and took another wave, and now they create the space for him to turn in. Crosby's trying to turn in as well, but they don't have enough yet, and Greymane will complete it up at the top. Now they need to make sure... No, not quite. They need 2 more.
They need 2 more.
They need 2 more. Who holds the other 2? Roba-Doba holds 1 and Wolfjaw holds 1. Greymane moves in again to another wave to make sure that he gets the remaining ones so that he can turn them in. But by now, Trick has also turned in 52.
It's like they're bowling. They have it split right now. 1-on-1 on each side.
Wave
here.
The middle.
Poke's coming in. The wave in the middle will come in and hit Rossmag. Yes, lots of damage there. But the turn-in finally comes in as Darkmog gets the web weavers in the front. And now, Diamondskin will push in the lanes.
Bunker being used here. And now, with what we just saw, with Lava Wave being used in the middle, it's not available for the defense.
Exactly. Big issue here. Luckily for Trick Esports, no night camp picked up for Diamondskin, making it a little bit easier to defend. But do remember, the same tactic that we had in the early game is great in the late game. Molten Core on one lane and then Siege on both.
That's a big moment now, though, for Diamondskin. They could definitely get a second keep with this. I mean, they have to. They need to do something with this. And they are moving through the top lane right now. Molten Core is important. That could be the moment where Muradin needs to jump in and try and land the Stormbolt if he gets the chance for that. Greymane at the bot lane. Diamondskin, they want the game now. 5 kills so far for them against 1. 23 minutes in. This is gonna hurt. We have another 60 seconds until the Lava Wave is back up, so there's no chance for Alex to use it for the defense. He has to resort to the Molten Core, and he's already looking at it. Greymane moving into the mid lane now. After he already pushed out the bottom, up at the top, the push of Diamondskin is starting up, and even through the mid lane, the core is already starting to take some damage on the shields.
That's right. It's all about the poke, poke, poke here from Trick Esports. Alex will go ahead and Molten Core in the middle. The fight has popped out. Rimmer goes in for a massive engage. Ragnaros shells fire upon the back line.
Bottom keep is gone. Bottom keep is already gone, and the core is also starting to lose even more on the shields. But the fight at the top lane could decide the game if Tricked is getting the kills here. Molten Core is over, and the keep is on half HP. The bottom is attacking once again as the Webweaver pushes through. Tricked is holding on to one last keep. The problem is it's the top keep. If Diamond Skin plays a patient game, posturing around the boss now, eventually Tricked will have to react, and it might not be enough to use the lava wave through the bottom of the map.
Diamond Skin sets up a trap. Alex Proji takes damage to the front. He will submerge. Make flies on the side. Greymane is the target. Greymane falls. Alex Proji pops out, drops in a Sulfura Smash. Robodoba slowing down by the sands here. Cocoon has been used on Hanzo.
Lava wave on the top, and this one could get value. Lava wave moving, go through the top. Here comes the Ancestral. We have Blaze starting to move away, dodging everything for now. Does he have the jet propulsion?
No, the meatball!
No, he doesn't. He goes down, and that's the double kill. Is that enough for Trick to get the boss and win the game? But we have Diamond Skin moving around, and they have the mobility on Hanzo, and they're starting to go in. They're actually trying to get another kill. Trick goes in for Robodoba. Hanzo doesn't know. Does he want to go for the core? He goes for the arrow, gets it, but Robodoba is about to fall here.
He has fallen, and now Diamond Skin has lost 3 members. Trick can do the same strategy here after they get a pick. They can go for the tournament and start the boss. Chromie goes up and will start it, and it looks like, oh no, she barely missed out on it, just barely. Make had to go back in defense. That's okay though. Still, 3 Webweavers pushing in the lanes. Make can clear up the defense, and the rest of Trick Esport can push top lane.
Yeah, they are going for the push as we speak. Blue Webweavers are going down, but this is going to be rough now for Falset as well. He needs to stay here for a bit longer because there's another camp pushing through the bot lane, and that helps with the catapults to immediately demolish the Webweavers. But Tricked wants to end at the top, and Falset is going to fly in for it. And we have 20 more seconds until Muradin is down. This is going to be clutch. Can they defend? Tricked is on the move to win this game.
Epic Mount, Make flies in.
Despite Lava Wave.
Alex Proji has a Molten Core. Webweavers coming in to join in as well. Being buddy-buddy with Ragnaros, Alex Proji sharking around, finally will drop down the Molten Core. Now it's all about getting the push in. You want to put some pressure on Greymane, but the rest of the team should start looking at this core. Can they force the win? Trick Esports is sieging, but Diamond Skin is holding.
Diamond Skin is holding for now, and it's a 5 versus 5, and this is risky for Trick. The shields are going to fall soon, but the Webweaver is already about to go down. 72 stacks, by the way, on Falset's Season Markman. And now Nanda attacked, but the defense holds. The defense holds for now, and as we talked about it before, the bottom lane is already defended. It's only the mid lane that is still pushing, and even there the catapults will take the Webweavers down soon.
Webweavers get cleared up, and Diamond Skin stays in the game. We go 26 minutes into the late game between our 2 teams. 2 Minute Spider Queen lately has been quite back and forth for a lot of our teams.
We're 26.5 minutes into the game. And now the catapults are, of course, just shelling away. That's why Alex has to throw the lava wave whenever it's ready. He needs to take these catapults down.
He has to take them down, but as a point that you mentioned earlier, they need
the catapults are
11
the top.
gems.
94% on the core. They missed out on a catapult that was pushing in there.
And those will hurt too, if they're able to get through.
Yeah, it definitely did. So they already lost some points on the core, the first ones to do so.
And now Diamond Skin's in a weird defensive position. They have to both watch boss, but also stop gems from being collected, as Trick Esport is closer than they are. Only 27 available for Diamond Skin of the 70 they need.
Yeah, and thanks to Lava Wave, the bottom lane is now heavily pressured out. So that's
Can you repeat that again? Thanks to Wait, what was that?
I'm trying to be objective here, okay? I'm really trying.
Alex goes in for a fight.
Submerge.
Mighty Gus. Okay, he's able to escape, but boy, that was close.
Yeah.
Poke comes in. Darkmon gets down to low health. Malfurion in trouble, into an arrow. Does he still have Ice Block available?
Oh.
He gets picked off. Robodoba continues to chase forward. Has Diamond Skin done it?
Robodoba, he falls. Too much damage on Falset. Falset by now, again.
The Giant Killer.
He has 75 stacks on his Season Marksman together with Giant Killer. He's doing so much damage right now against these tanks. Massive amounts. A 4 versus 4 on the map, and we have Diamond Skin pushing forward a bit. The catapults, they hurt so much, but because of Lava Wave, the bot lane is completely pushed out. And now it's actually Diamond Skin who has to watch the top lane, because that's 2-3 catapults that are moving in there. They need to send someone back.
Trick is keeping them here, actually. And the catapults get over there. They're starting to shred through the core. The armor, it's only 2 of them, so they should get defended, but they may take a little bit of damage.
Yeah, and the next wave is already on the way. So they need to make something happen. The problem is they need to also guard the tournament points.
Yeah.
And that's the bigger issue. 80% on the core. The catapults, they hurt right now. 75. Greymane finally moves in and takes care of the situation. But still, we are having now a potential for another turn-in on Trick's side.
One more gem, that's all they need here. Okay, they got the 4 available now. Now can they get this turn in? Rimmer sharking around on the bottom side. Crosby here as well. Fawcett is here, and we have Malfurion back. Robodubba has just spawned as well. Combo comes out. Will land a non-done as he gets picked up. Trick blows him up.
No chance for him to survive. Like, nothing. And now we're having the Web Weavers to set. This could be game. This has to be game.
Lava Wave bottom and push.
With
Let's go.
29 minutes in the
There
game.
we go.
Lava Wave comes in and is starting to destroy the bot lane.
Minions destroyed, catapults gone.
I can't believe that they are in this spot. This would have been such an easy win with Sulfuras, but even, like, they make a statement. They pick the map at the front where their opponent is really strong. Then they even try to win it with Lava Wave on the second map. Talk about trying to demoralize your opponent.
Breaking them down, man, with fire, purging them from the fields in Ragnaros fashion. Keep in the middle is in trouble. Rimmer steps up, and they'll start to clear it out. Robodubba's trying to slow it down.
I mean, this has to be it, right? They still have Ragnaros. They still have his trade, right? They still have Molten Core.
They still have Molten Core.
They have Molten Core. They take the keep. This has to be game right now.
If
we are 30
down.
minutes into it. And here comes the Molten Core.
Good
Arrow
stun.
comes through. The stun is in. Robodubba jumps in immediately. But Make is just shelling away at him. And his stacks are insane. There comes Chromie. Delivers the kill. Make sits at 82 stacks on 6 marksman. He's insane at this point.
Just shredding through, and also the cocoon on the Rhaegar made sure that no ancestor can come in, and now Alex the Prodigy does what Ragnaros does. He stands tall above the core. He sieges upon all the minions in front of them, and not just the minions and actual minions, but Diamond Skin. They are nothing but puny minions right now as Trick Esports continues to push forward. Here's a Web Weaver, and the core is the next target.
Their keeps are all down. Diamond Skin was so far ahead, but they're falling farther and farther behind. The Ancestral comes through for Darkmog. He tries to go for the kill against Alex the Prodigy, but doesn't get it, and the core is already going down on Diamond Skin's side, down to 50%. They're moving in for it. Alex just focuses. Maka is going in with hit after hit, and the core is falling. Trix Esports wins game number 2 and takes the 2-0 lead against Diamond Skin.
Trick Esports takes a step forward today in the meta, evolving the strategies